Turkey has shown solidarity with Palestine following China's support. However, Turkey has faced criticism for calling Israel inhumane. This raises inconsistency when the US questions why actions like ending Gaza are not similarly condemned. It demonstrates a double standard on the part of the US. The US has been criticized for allowing Israel significant leeway in its actions against Palestinians while condemning criticism from other nations. The question remains whether nations will be silenced in the face of this criticism. In this video, we will explore why Turkey accuses Israel of inhumane actions and examine the basis for this claim. We will also discuss the perspectives of the international community. If you enjoy learning about fast-paced geopolitical events, particularly China's development and growing influence, you'll find our videos very intriguing. Stay tuned to find out more because during a speech to his party, Turkish president strongly condemned Israel, labeling it a terrorist state. The condemnation coincided with Israel's military campaign against the Palestinian armed group Hamas in Gaza. He also accused Israel of carrying out the most treacherous attacks in human history and claimed unwavering support from the West. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas has heightened tensions in the region, leading various global leaders to express their concerns and viewpoints, and his characterization of Israel as a terrorist state adds another layer of complexity to the geopolitical landscape. During his speech, Turkish president strongly accused Israel of executing what he considers to be the most treacherous attack in human history. His concerns about the situation in Gaza and his dissatisfaction with Israel's military actions are evident in the rhetoric. The conflict in Gaza started with rocket attacks by Hamas, resulting in civilian casualties and raising global concerns about the humanitarian impact. The Turkish president's criticism also suggests his beliefs that Israel receives support from Western powers, implying complicity in what he sees as unjust actions. The strained relationship between Turkey and Israel predates the current conflict, with tensions escalating after the Mavi Marmara incident in 2010. Turkish president's strong stance against Israel not only reflects his foreign policy, but also resonates with a significant portion of the Turkish population who perceive him as a defender of Palestinian rights. Additionally, though, the Turkish president's criticism may have implication for regional alliances and partnerships. Global leaders have varying reactions to the Turkish president's characterization of Israel, with some echoing his sentiments and others disagreeing with such strong language. Finding a diplomatic solution to the Israel-Hamas conflict is a challenge for the international community, and Turkish president's remarks adds complexity to these efforts. Religion often plays a significant role in the Middle East geopolitical dynamics, including the Israel-Palestine conflict. Erdogan's strong condemnation may resonate with those who view the conflict through a religious lens, further intensifying the situation. Erdogan's use of language raises concerns about a political escalation in an already volatile region. It is crucial for diplomatic channels and dialogue to be utilized in order to achieve a peaceful resolution. Leaders must exercise caution to avoid exacerbating tensions, especially when labeling Israel as a terror state. This reflects the depth of emotions and geopolitical considerations surrounding the Israel-Hamas conflict. As the international community seeks to address the root causes and promote peace, leaders must carefully choose their words and actions to avoid worsening an already delicate situation. The complexities of the Middle East political landscape require approaches and a commitment to dialogue for a sustainable and just resolution to the long-standing tensions in the region. Turkish President Erdogan calls for Israeli leaders to face trial for war crimes at the International Court of Justice. It is a bold and assertive move that reflects Turkey's ongoing criticism of Israel's military action, particularly against Hamas in Gaza. Erdogan's call for trial in the ICJ, which is the International Court of Justice, is significant as it demonstrates Turkey's commitment to holding accountable those it believes are responsible for war crimes, specifically within the context of the military action in Gaza. But what do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys really think that Israel is in trouble and should be held accountable for war crimes? Or do you think that it's Gaza? Or are you option C, where you believe that they both have committed war crimes? However, furthermore, central to Erdogan's statement and his assertion that Hamas, despite being designated a terrorist organization by some nations, is a legitimate political party in his opinion. Turkey's historical support for Hamas and recognition of their electoral victory in the 2006 Palestinian legislative elections aligns with this position. However, Erdogan's stance differs from other nations that consider Hamas a terrorist organization. He emphasizes the differing opinions on the group's legitimacy and criticizes the United States for labeling Gaza as a terrorist entity and providing unwavering support to Israel. Erdogan argues that such statements contribute to the tense situation in the region and calls for a neutral response from Turkey. The relationship between Turkey and the United States has experienced fluctuations over the years, influenced by regional dynamics and geopolitical considerations. Despite being NATO's allies, the differing positions on Middle East issues, including the Israeli-Palestine conflict, have strained their alliance at times. Erdogan's critique reflects the complex nature of international alliances and the delicate balance that leaders must maintain. Under Erdogan's leadership, Turkey consistently supports the Palestinian cause, condemning the Israeli blockade of Gaza and advocating for Palestinian rights. Turkey's push for Palestinian rights and accountability for perceived war crimes has led to Erdogan's call for Israeli leaders to face trial. The international community has responded with varying reactions, with some nations supporting Turkey's position and emphasizing the need for justice, while others express reservations due to the complexities of the Israel-Hamas conflict and the challenges of pursuing legal avenues for addressing alleged war crimes. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, plays a role in settling legal disputes between states and providing advisory opinions on legal questions referred to it by UN bodies. Erdogan's calls highlight the importance of international institutions in promoting accountability, but pursuing legal avenues for accountability in the Israel-Hamas conflict may encounter challenges due to the conflict's complexities and political dynamics. Erdogan's stance may strain Turkey relations with Israel and other nations with differing views on the conflict. The demand for Israeli leaders to be held accountable for war crimes is a clear indication of Turkey's unwavering stance on the conflict. Erdogan's strong rhetoric, accusing Israel of genocide and alleging support from the United States and other Western allies, adds weight to Turkey's condemnation. The accusation of genocide intensifies Turkey's position on the Israel-Palestine conflict, while Erdogan's pointed accusations against the United States and other Western allies reveal a broader frustration with the international community's handling of the conflict. Erdogan argues that the support extended to Israel contributes to what he perceives as a massacre and genocide. Furthermore, Erdogan's demand for Netanyahu to disclose Israel's nuclear weapons adds complexity to the situation. As the issue of nuclear capabilities in the Middle East has long been contentious, Erdogan's bold prediction of Netanyahu's ousting from office injects a personal and predictive element into the discourse between Turkey and Israel, adding to the charged nature of the interactions. Erdogan's criticism of the United States extends beyond its support for Israel and reflects a broader dissatisfaction and with what he sees as a failure to act responsibly in the region. The U.S.'s role in the Israeli-Palestine conflict has been globally contentious, and Erdogan's outspoken stance aligns with the broader sentiment of dissatisfaction with the approach taken by the superpower. As the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine continues, Erdogan's recent statements have added a new layer of complexity to the diplomatic intricacies surrounding the issue. While Turkey has consistently positioned itself as a champion for the Palestinian cause, Erdogan's bold accusations of genocide and demands for transparency on nuclear weapons have raised concerns about the potential ramifications for diplomatic relations. These statements may also impact Turkey's standing on the international stage and influence how other nations perceive its diplomatic approach. The international community has reacted diversely to Erdogan's statements, with some expressing support for Turkey's stance, while others emphasize the need for measured diplomacy and dialogue to address the complex issues in the region. The conflict between Israel and Palestine is a geopolitical challenge that has endured for a long time and has complex historical, religious, and political dimensions. Erdogan's recent statements have added another layer of complexity to the ongoing diplomatic efforts to find a resolution that balances the rights and grievances of both parties while promoting peace and stability in the region. This remains a significant challenge for the international community. Erdogan's comments just before his meeting with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz had added intrigue to the diplomatic landscape, as Germany, traditionally a staunch supporter of Israel, finds itself in a delicate position. The meeting between Erdogan and Scholz presents an opportunity to discuss and potentially influence Turkey's stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict. As the international community watches closely, there is hope for a resolution that brings lasting peace to the troubled region. The trajectory of events in the Israel-Palestine conflict is heavily influenced by key diplomatic players such as Turkey and Germany. However, finding common ground is a significant challenge due to the historical, religious, and political complexities of the conflicts. Diplomats and leaders must navigate deeply entrenched narratives and balance the right and concerns of both parties to reach a sustainable resolution. Germany's historical ties with Israel have made it a consistent ally, but the current situation puts it in a challenging position as it seeks to uphold historical alliances while engaging with the leaders critical of Israel's actions. Open channels for dialogue become crucial in the face of diplomatic tension, and meeting between leaders provide opportunities for frank discussions. The international community recognizes the importance of diplomatic efforts and hopes for progressions and progress in achieving lasting peace in the region. To achieve this, diplomatic efforts must prioritize addressing a two-nation solution and addressing the lack of infrastructure and limited access to essential service in the region. While leaders are engaged in diplomatic discussions, the broader global community plays a vital role in supporting efforts that prioritize dialogue, understanding, and a fair and lasting resolution. Recent events such as Erdogan's bold comments and Germany's delicate diplomatic balancing act highlight the complex challenges involved in pursuing peace in the Middle East. Navigating through historical ties and geopolitical intricacies and humanitarian concerns, leaders must strive for a resolution that addresses the root cause of the conflict and pave the way for a more stable and harmonious future in the region. The commitment of the international community to peace remains crucial in fostering an environment where dialogue and understanding prevail over discord and conflict. Share your thoughts on Turkey's move in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.